So what exactly are the mission and what are the goals of the organization?
So, our mission very simply is to improve brain health and mental fitness because while any activity is good for the brain, Lindsay, clinically validated, scientifically proven, playing table tennis is one of the best therapeutic exercises for the brain. If Dr. Scott Sauter, were on the call, he's not only the chairman of the board of our foundation, but he's a neuropsychologist by trade. He operates the Hampton Roads Neuropsychology in Virginia Beach. He could really put the credibility and substantiate some of what's really happening with the brain while playing table tennis. So that's our mission. It's to improve brain health and mental fitness, while at the same time integrating the sport or the game into the community wherever and whenever we can. Whether it's adding to the 26 retirement communities that we've brought ping pong balls and paddles and tables and have developed ping pong clubs within retirement communities, our poster child being that of Westminster Canterbury in Virginia Beach. They now have 3 ping pong tables, I believe, 2 water pong tables,
Love it.
and 40 residents, the last we checked, that make up the WC Pongers Ping Pong Club.
I love that. That's so
And
great.
they're competing with other retirement communities. And so, but since COVID, we've really not had that opportunity to fulfill that vision of integration to our senior community, nor have we been able to really recently integrate the table tennis sports and education program for our youth through schools. And so we're in a couple dozen schools with the table tennis sports and education program, an after school program that provides our youth another way to engage with an activity that is not only mentally beneficial, but also physically beneficial and socially beneficial.
Okay. So you've actually just alluded to this a little bit, and I want to ask you this question because I think it'll be interesting to hear how it's impacted kind of your nonprofit and the nonprofit community as a whole. But how has COVID-19 kind of impacted Ping Pong Gives, and how have you seen it impact others in the nonprofit community?
Oh, good question. Well, I'd like to say that it has impacted us so favorably, uh,
Wouldn't
but
that
I
be
think, but I think our nonprofit is no different than most nonprofits, and that is, it's a different world. Most nonprofits thrive on events and getting people together and doing what they do for their respective causes. And so for us, we'll have anywhere from 4 to 8 ping pong events during the course of the year. Our largest is the annual Ping Pong for Charity event. Celebrities come into town, and we'll have 200 people play in the event. It's a day and a half of fun and celebration, and making our rounds to various businesses, bringing table tennis clinics to those businesses. So that's just been wiped out. And so our opportunities to partner with businesses from a sponsorship standpoint, non-existent. Our events have just gone away. And so, like other nonprofits, we've had to figure out new ways of supporting those that we support for our cause. And so for us, um, nonprofits like Alzheimer's, like Parkinson's, like Vanguard Landing, People in Need Ministry, the Glennon Center, they're our charity partners, as the term would call it, in that it's those events that enable us to literally write checks back to those organizations. So we've had to be creative, and not to overuse the word pivot. I'm done with that word pivot. we've had to duck and dive and weave and move and post up and do all the things that you do in a basketball game. And so one way is, and we're actually kicking this off next week, is the first annual online charity auction. And
Awesome.
so we feel that through the regulations of COVID, we can't really go shopping out there like we want to. But how can we engage with the community in providing a way for Christmas gifts to be purchased in a bidding kind of capacity, and that being a way for us to hopefully recoup some of the dollars that we would have typically raised over the course of the year in a way that would engage our charity partners, will engage the community, and it will give us the platform to talk about, let's all get on a ping pong table over the holidays and strengthen our minds and our bodies and our socialization in a COVID friendly way.
Yeah, awesome. That sounds like a really cool event and something that'll be great. So before I let you go, if someone is interested in learning more about the organization, if they're interested in volunteering, if they're interested in supporting Ping Pong Gives, either through the event you just mentioned or through other avenues, how can they reach out to you? Where's the best place to go to get additional information?
Great question. So obviously our website, pretty simple. It's pingpong.gives, Gives. And from that website, you can contact us. You can send us an email. You can follow us on all of the social media outlets. We're all over Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter. And you'll see a tab where you can get involved specifically with our charity auction, whether that be donating an item or bidding on an item, either way. Or should one want to volunteer, there's a volunteer form on the Contact Us page. But in summary, pingpong.gives, all the information is there for however someone would want to get in touch with us.
Wonderful, thanks. So I will say that I've checked out a few of the items that you're going to have in the auction, and I would recommend that everyone get on and check that out because I think there's going to be some really cool items in there for bidding. But thanks so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Lindsay, thank you. This has been great. I appreciate your questions, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You as well.